How's it going, everybody? The first half of the spring sale just started on PlayStation. It's running from now until April 8th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 75% off. Every day, I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. For $24, 20% off, Dispatch is a superhero workplace comedy set in modern-day Los Angeles, where you play Robert Robertson, aka Mecha Man, forced into a desk job at a superhero dispatch center after his mech suit is destroyed. Manage a roster of ex-supervillains seeking redemption, coordinate tactical emergency deployments across the city, and shape relationships through branching dialogue choices while balancing office drama and team upgrades. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $40, 20% off, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a turn-based RPG set in a Belle Epoque-inspired world, where the paintress erases anyone who reaches her newly painted number, pushing Expedition 33 into a desperate final mission. Its reactive combat blends traditional strategy with real-time dodging, parrying, re-aim targeting, and rhythmic combo timing, letting you tailor builds through gear, skills, and clever party synergies that reward precision. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $21, 70% off, EA Sports FC 26 is the latest installment in the football franchise, offering an overhauled gameplay experience to deliver more authentic and responsive matches. Whether you prefer career mode with real-world manager live challenges, competitive gameplay for football ultimate team and clubs, or creating your dream squad in new live events and tournament modes, every match feels dynamic and strategically deep. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $32, 20% off, Arc Raiders is a tactical cooperative action game where players scavenge, craft, and fight to survive in a post-apocalyptic world split between the dangerous surface ruled by lethal arc machines and the underground society of Speranza. Explore dynamic maps, complete quests for traders, and adapt to evolving environments and enemies, while shaping your raider through a branching skill tree emphasizing survival, mobility, or conditioning. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 120 hours to platinum. For $35, 30% off, Split Fiction is a fast-paced co-op adventure where two writers, Mio and Zoe, get trapped inside their own stories after a device meant to extract ideas goes haywire in spectacular fashion. Its split-screen design demands tight coordination as you and a partner swap between sci-fi and fantasy worlds, mastering new abilities, solving clever puzzles, and tackling wildly different challenges that constantly remix the gameplay experience. It's a 91 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $40, 20% off, Mafia The Old Country is a gritty third-person action adventure set in 1900 Sicily, where you play Enzo Favara rising through the ranks of the Teresi crime family. Explore dangerous, open-ended Sicily filled with rival families and opportunities, fight using period-accurate weapons like stilettos and luparas, improve your loyalty through story-driven missions filled with betrayal, sacrifice, and rising power within the family. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $40, 33% off, Astro Bot is a supersized space adventure where Astro must rescue his stranded crew and rebuild the PS5 mothership after it's attacked by his galactic nemesis. Explore over 50 handcrafted planets filled with secrets and challenges, dash and rocket punch through thrilling obstacles, and team up with iconic PlayStation heroes while using all-new power-ups and interactive environments to bring the universe to life. It's a 95 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $36, 40% off, Forza Horizon 5 is an open-world racing game set across the vibrant landscapes of Mexico, offering hundreds of the world's greatest cars and limitless driving adventures across deserts, jungles, cities, and coastlines. Explore dynamic environments, participate in seasonal events, and take on challenges from high-speed races to off-road escapades, all while customizing and upgrading your vehicles with deep tuning options. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $25, 50% off, Red Dead Redemption is an open-world western action adventure that follows former outlaw John Marston as he's forced to hunt down his old gang to protect his family. With a sprawling journey across the American West and Mexico, a powerful character-driven narrative, and the included Undead Nightmare expansion that reimagines the world with a zombie apocalypse, it delivers one of Rockstar's most celebrated experiences. It's a 94 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For 39 bucks, 35% off, Elden Ring is a dark fantasy action RPG that drops you into the vast lands between, where you rise as a tarnished seeking to claim the power of the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. Explore sweeping fields and intricate, multi-layered legacy dungeons, customize weapons, armor, and magic to craft unique playstyles, and master challenging combat while uncovering hidden secrets and optional bosses across the massive open world. It's a 95 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 65 hours to platinum. For 30 bucks, 40% off, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is a critically acclaimed action-adventure where you play Ellie and Abby, navigating a post-apocalyptic world filled with danger, revenge, and emotional storytelling. Explore beautifully reimagined 4K environments, master tense combat encounters with a host of enemies, and experience new gameplay modes including roguelike survival runs, lost levels, and enhanced accessibility features. It's a 93 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For 37 bucks, 25% off, Avowed is a first-person fantasy action RPG set in the living lands of Eora, where you play an envoy of Ader investigating a mysterious plague that soon becomes deeply personal. Explore a vibrant frontier filled with diverse environments, creatures, and factions, fight with fluid combat combining swords, spells, and guns, and shape your journey through choices that affect companions, the world, and your own character's fate. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For 35 bucks, 50% off, Silent Hill F is a psychological horror adventure set in 1960s Japan, where Shimizu Hinako's town of Ebisugaoka is engulfed in a mysterious fog that transforms it into a nightmarish landscape. Explore twisted paths and eerie environments filled with hidden secrets, solve complex puzzles to unlock the town's dark mysteries, and confront grotesque monsters while uncovering a gripping story of doubt, regret, and inescapable choices. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For 15 bucks, 75% off, Red Dead Redemption 2 is an open-world western that follows Arthur Morgan and the Vanderlyn gang as they struggle to survive while the modern world closes in around their increasingly fragile way of life. You'll roam a detailed frontier packed with cinematic story missions, dynamic shootouts, and immersive systems that make exploration, survival, and conversation feel natural, reactive, and full of small environmental touches. It's a 95 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 200 hours to platinum. For 22 bucks, 55% off, Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action RPG where you play as V, a mercenary fighting to survive in the sprawling neon chaos of Night City as you chase power, answers, and a path to freedom. You'll explore massive districts, take on gigs and story missions, and customize your build with deep RPG systems, cyberware upgrades, and branching dialogue that meaningfully affect combat, navigation, and narrative outcomes. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For 29 bucks, 58% off, Gran Turismo 7 is a premium racing simulator that celebrates 25 years of the series with a deep, authentic driving experience built for both solo and competitive players. With over 400 meticulously detailed cars, more than 90 track routes featuring dynamic weather, and the return of GT simulation mode alongside competitive sport mode, it blends car culture, progression, and high-level racing into one expansive package. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For 35 bucks, 50% off, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a grounded first-person action RPG set in 15th century Bohemia, following Henry of Skalitz on a gripping journey of revenge, identity, and loyalty against a backdrop of political unrest and social upheaval. Explore a richly realized medieval world of dense forests, bustling towns, and morally complex choices, while shaping Henry's skills, reputation, and relationships through reactive RPG systems. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 130 hours to platinum. For 23 bucks, 67% off, Doom the Dark Ages is a dark fantasy sci-fi prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal that casts you as the Slayer in a brutal medieval war against the forces of hell. Wield devastating weapons like the Super Shotgun and the new Shield Saw, pilot a towering Atlan mech and a fire-breathing mecha dragon, and tear through demon-infested castles and hellscapes in id Software's largest, most expansive levels yet. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $30, 40% off, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a standalone action RPG where Cloud and his friends journey across a vibrant world after escaping the dystopian city of Midgar, seeking Sephiroth and uncovering new mysteries. Explore expansive regions filled with side quests and minigames, traverse the planet on chocobos and other unique transportation, and engage in strategic, team-based combat that deepens relationships and unlocks powerful combos. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 200 hours to platinum. For $20, 50% off, Gears of War Reloaded is an Unreal Engine remaster of the original blockbuster shooter, fully optimized for PS5 with 4K assets, HDR, and beautifully remastered lighting, shadows, and enhanced environmental detail. This definitive edition includes all DLC, bonus campaign content, and full crossplay and progression support, letting you fight the Locust threat solo or cooperatively with friends in cinematic, action-packed battles. It's a 94 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For $40, 43% off, Stellar Blade is a fast-paced action-adventure where Eve returns to a desolate Earth to reclaim it from the malevolent Naytiba and save humanity. Slash through remnants of civilization with graceful yet brutal combat combos, explore breathtaking, highly detailed post-apocalyptic environments brought to life on PS5, and unlock a gripping, emotionally charged story filled with mysteries and shocking revelations. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $20, 50% off, Grand Theft Auto V is an action-packed open-world adventure where three criminals, Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, navigate the ruthless underworld of Los Santos, planning high-stakes heists in a city teeming with opportunity. You'll explore a vast, detailed city filled with dynamic events, side activities, and hidden secrets, seamlessly switching between characters to tackle missions with strategy, skill, and chaotic creativity. It's a 96 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For $16, 20% off, MIO Memories in Orbit is a beautiful Metroidvania where you awaken MIO, a nimble robot, to explore the mysterious vessel, a massive technological ark overgrown with vegetation and rogue machines. Explore a captivating, interconnected universe full of secrets and curiosities, earn new abilities to climb, glide, and master movement, and face over 30 enemies and 15 Guardian bosses while uncovering the vessel's lost memories. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $17, 75% off, NBA 2K26 is a basketball simulation where you build your MyPlayer legend, collect stars for My Team, and manage an NBA franchise in My NBA or My League. Dominate every possession with realistic gameplay powered by ProPlay, team up with friends in immersive multiplayer arenas and online events, and shape your career, customize your MyPlayer, and manage your roster while making strategic decisions on and off the court. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, and there's a broken trophy making the platinum unobtainable. For $18, 40% off, Stray is a third-person adventure where you play as a lost cat navigating the neon-lit alleys and shadowy depths of a decaying cyber city in search of a way home. You'll climb rooftops, sneak through forgotten ruins, and interact with quirky droids, hostile creatures, and environmental hazards, while solving clever puzzles and uncovering the city's haunting secrets buried beneath layers of rust, grime, neon, and forgotten technology. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that